Welcome to the Accent on Air. I'm Jennifer Mealy. Today we begin with spiritual health and wellness. Our church teaches us that our beliefs can help us through difficult times of illness, grief, and depression. Here now is Bishop Malesic, a one-on-one interview about the importance of spirituality to our overall wellness. Bishop Malesic, today we're talking about spiritual health and wellness. How important do you think it is to have a healthy spirit in terms of overall wellness?
I think it's absolutely important, especially when we understand who we are as human beings. We're not just a body. And so many people are focused on taking care of their bodies, and that's a good thing. But then they have to focus too. I think we all have to focus on the other part of who we are as human beings, and that's the spirit, the soul, that part that's not visible to us, but animates us and makes us enjoy life and makes us love, allows us to love. That those things, that invisible part, the soul, the spirit that relates us to God, we have to nourish that as much as we nourish our bodies.
I think I've heard you say before, it's almost like a cleanse, right? But this is something that you need to do for the soul.
We absolutely need to cleanse our soul. I often think of the little sins that we commit, like specks of dust that get on top of a coffee table. You don't see it right away, but eventually if you let that dust accumulate, you can write things on the top of the coffee table. So you need to clean it. Just like you need to cleanse the body, we need to cleanse the soul.
You know, the church is on the front lines of healthy souls. Good work being done, I would say.
I find that a community that gathers together and has faith and has hope and has the blessing of God is a great way to help others, especially those who might have addictions.
That's something that's really near and dear to your heart. Tell me about that.
It is. We're in the midst, and have been in the midst, of a terrible crisis for many years. People have come up to me and said, "Bishop, pray for my son, my daughter, my family needs help." And I'll ask why, and they'll say they're addicted to opioids or some other drug, could be alcohol. But I think that it's the church's duty to look at problems of today, problems of addiction, problems that hurt people in any way, whether here or abroad. It afflicts their soul too. Their addiction, their bodily affliction, afflicts their souls too.
Spiritual health, physical health. But there is also a component of mental health in our diocese that is very, very important.
Sure.
How many people come to you suffering because of a family member or friend who is also afflicted with mental illness?
Yeah. I think people who suffer from mental illness are oftentimes people who are embarrassed to ask for help. They sometimes think it's their fault when it absolutely is not. And luckily in the diocese, we do have counseling services to help people with some of those issues, or we know where to refer people. There's a lot of help in our community, and we need to make sure that these people get the help that they need and the support in our prayers.